All right, so I see some tines. I see one antler. And that right there is why you wear good boots. I think I just found the matching set of the Big 11. All right, so I just got up here, up north on one of our properties. I have 3 or 4 different properties I'm gonna look this weekend. It's about 11 o'clock right now. I left this morning around 6, so it took a little bit to get up here, but I'm hoping that I find quite a few sheds. I'm going solo this weekend. Craig couldn't make it, and neither could our buddies from Tennessee, so I'm up here alone. Hopefully I can find a few. There's quite a few bucks. I'd say 4 or 5 bucks on camera that I know I've dropped and that are gonna be studs next year. I'd say 160 plus. So I'm hoping I can find their sheds. But I'll film a little bit on the way and hopefully we can have some luck. Got on some good heavy trails here. Going up this hillside and following this creek bottom. I don't have tremendous luck on heavy trails like this, but I've found quite a few. They definitely use them because there's tracks all over. I would say besides feeding areas, bedding areas are probably my favorite spots to look. My second favorite. Minus the part where all the stickers get you, because that sucks. But a lot of times it's worth it. All right, well, we got our first shed after about an hour of walking, laying in this tall, thick, laid over grass. It's not a big one, but we're on the board. I'm gonna look this area a little harder and see if I can find more. All right, so we're walking another thicket. I found a little shed here last year. This is usually a really great spot. This is actually the second time I've ever looked at this area. But there we go. Look at that right there. Number 2 for the day. Looks like an old one. Sure is. It's from last year. I'll take it though. Keep looking around. Some kind of bone. We got some bedding around here in these cedars. Last year at one of our farms, Craig found a matching set laying underneath the cedar tree. I thought that was pretty cool. I've never done that before. We're gonna finish walking that later. I'll come back up here and walk this north side of the water hole. So this is a little wooded finger. It's kind of a ravine that shoots up through the middle of this field. Real good looking area. Craig had a shot at a nice 10 point in here, bedded down with a doe during the rut, and didn't take it. So he lived, so it'll be a pretty nice one next year. But this is a real good looking area. There's a lot of beds through here. Haven't found a shed yet, but hoping to. Oh yeah. Pretty good bird. He's about 150 out right now. He sees me. All right, so I'm just walking this strip of tall grass. That's where I found the two I've found earlier, and I just happened to look over to my left, and a beautiful, looks like 10-point side-by-side set. Look at that. That is awesome. Gorgeous. Oh, yes. Beautiful set. He's got pretty decent mass. Just a beautiful, beautiful set. My gosh, that is awesome. Right on the field edge, right in this tall grass. Man, he's beautiful. Love how he swoops in like that. Awesome. Number 3 and 4. Let's find a few more. Well, I seen that bone, and that really got my heart going until I realized it was a bone. And then I looked over here, and that really got my heart going until I realized it's just a stump. A lot of fakers out here. Coming down here in this little dip here, and I almost walked past this guy. Looks like another one from last year. No, actually, that might be, it does look like last year's, but it looks like the one I found first. There's better. Yeah, not bad. Number 5. This is a real heavy trail. I mean, there's multiple trails right in here that they use. It's only like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty sunny out right now. And I'm already getting warm. Starting to sweat a bit. I think the temps are gonna be like upper 70s today. I could be wrong, but yesterday was real nice. It was like 50s, upper 50s, maybe low 60s. Windy. Partly cloudy. Pretty decent shed hunting conditions. I like it windy because it helps blow everything around, and sheds don't blow in the wind. Blades of grass and everything else usually do, so helps you out a little bit. Also, cloudy days. Cloudy days are really nice for when you're shed hunting because you don't get that glare on that sun, or from the sun. Another shed hunting tip is walk with the sun to your back, because the glare, you won't get that glare compared to when you're walking into the sun. You can't do it all the time, but if you can, it helps. I've been searching for 25 minutes probably, and honestly, I'm a little surprised I haven't found one yet. I figured this would be the farm where I found one right off the bat. I mean, look at this trail. Well, I've been walking for about an hour and a half. I got probably a quarter of the property walked. I haven't found a single thing. Here's the neighbor's property. This is where all the bedding is. And this is probably where most of the antlers are. There's the fence line. So I'm gonna keep walking. It's starting to get pretty good up here. There's a little field here that they always like to feed in, so I'm gonna go up there and check it out. Hopefully we can find a few in there. I think I just found the matching set of the Big 11. I'm not sure yet, I haven't walked up on them, but I literally just took this camera down, come down this ditch, walk up, and we're laying right here. Let's go check him out. I think it's the Big 11. He's heavy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's him. Look at that. Side by side set. Oh my gosh. Woo-hoo. He's a dandy. Yeah, look at that mass. Look at that plumation. He is beautiful. We have had pictures of him all season, man. All season long. This is one of the bucks I come up here looking for. Him and then that Big 10. Man, I had so much doubt. I thought that these sheds were laying over there on the neighbors, and I was so glad they weren't, man. That is awesome. We have a very, very good chance of killing this buck next year. I didn't hunt this farm once this year, but our Tennessee buddies, they hunted it, and I think they seen him a couple times, but never could get a shot on him. But man, he is awesome. Look at that mass. That's awesome. Look at the size of this scrape. And they're still hitting it too. Look at the branches up here. That is a good one. Gonna have to set a camera up over this next year. Here's another good creek crossing. There's tons of these all over this property. We got this big creek that runs through it. Stays wet most of the year. When we get a lot of rain, it gets pretty high, but a lot of action through here, you can tell. This area here is tore up every year. I mean, they have good sized rubs all over. There's a couple more rubs, big rubs down here, but this is a real thick part of the property, so I figured this is where he beds. There's an old rub right there, but I'm hoping this is where the Big 10 sheds are, in here somewhere. Oh yes, look at that. Chewed off. Squirrels have gotten to it. That's the 10. Or is it broken off? Is it the 10? I don't think that's the Big 10. That might be a new one. Yeah. It's a good younger buck right there. I'd say he's probably a 3-year-old. That's number 3 for the day. It's been a long day. I've been walking for 3.5 hours. Too bad. I guess one shed an hour. All right, let's find some more. I'd like to find the other side to that shed I just found. I'm kind of searching this bottom, that same area he was, where I found that first one. There's just so many trails down here. It's hard to follow them all. Look at the tracks in here. Like cattle. A couple good rubs right there. Good rub here. It's a good cedar thicket right here. They just keep coming. That's over 20. Wow, there's still more coming. Got some fresh hair from a bed. Tons of beds in here. Would you look at that? The first shed in the field. Well, I don't know it yet, but I'm 99% sure it's a shed. Let's go up there. Well, it's not a big one, but it counts. Good little 8-point. Might search this field and see if there's any more. I think the farmer probably drove around and picked up all the sheds out in the field, because this farm and the last farm I walked probably 300 acres worth of field, not one, well, now one shed in the field. So I think it's definitely been looked. And here comes the rest of them. There's a lot of deer on this property. So I almost didn't come over here because I was too tired, and I thought about maybe coming back later, but I'm glad I come over here because look at that. Hate to find them like this, but at least it's me who found them. Yep. Just a young one, man. A couple more years, it would have been a pretty good one. Okay, it's about 3 o'clock and I just got to the last property. I didn't really fully finish shed hunting that second property, that first property I was looking today. But if I make this quick here on this property, I'm gonna go back and finish up. There were some really good bucks on this property this year. My buddy Curtis, he took one. Real nice 10-point. But there's a couple other 10s and a big gnarly 12-point. I see something over there on that hillside across from me, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna have to get the binoculars out. Another helpful tip is zigzag, especially when you're by yourself. Anytime I'm by myself and I'm walking woods, thickets, tall grass, I always try and zigzag because it just, you get different angles for one, and angles are a huge thing. You might not be able to see a shed from one way, but if you look at it from a different angle, you'll see it plain as day. It's the way the sun hits it, it's the way it lays. Might be grass covering it. It's just, angles are key in shed hunting. So that's why I always try and zigzag. I've missed many sheds because I haven't zigzagged, and then I went through a couple minutes later and found them. Well, the first shed of property number 3. I don't think it's a big one. We're on the board. Yes, sir. It's tough to look in these leaves, you know, because they kind of blend in. These antlers blend in with them leaves, especially with all this sun. Like I said earlier. It's best to shed hunt on cloudy days because you don't have any of this glare and shady and non-shady areas. It really messes with you. Well, as soon as I turned the camera off, I took about 2 steps and I seen that right there. His matching side. Look at that. They weren't laying 20 feet away from each other, 15 feet. Another helpful tip for shed hunting is what just happened. Anytime you find a shed, I always look around you. Sometimes I'll even leave like a marker. I'll take my hat off, sit it down where I found that antler, and I'll just scan the area. Because a lot of times that other side, that other side is not too far. Check this out. I spotted this from a little ways away. That's definitely an oldie right there. Oh yeah, that sucker's old. Look at the mass on it though. Great mass. Alright, so this is everything I found this weekend. I think I walked somewhere around 15 hours, which I found 12 sheds and a deadhead. I had some pretty high hopes coming up here, looking at these farms, and I honestly thought I was going to find a lot more. 12's not bad, you know, for 15 hours, but it's just up north, northern Missouri is totally different than back home where I'm from. So I was expecting to find probably 10 sheds on each property, which I didn't. I averaged 4 per property. So, oh well, I mean, it happens. You'll have years like that. At the same time, I think the farms were scanned over. I think all the farmers had driven around and picked everything up that was laying in the fields, or possibly the neighbors. I know we have some problems with some neighbors on a couple properties, but it's hard to do anything when you're not there. But I did find this guy. We had him on camera all year long. Just a beautiful, beautiful buck. I'm actually surprised he's a little bigger in person than I thought he was on camera. So he's going to be a dandy next year, or this coming year. Also found this dude, real nice, pretty 5x5, good mass, but this thing just dwarfs him. And then this guy will be real nice next year. We actually have a buck we call his dad. His dad looks just like this. He's got these kind of forward tines, but he's probably 20-something inches bigger than this dude. And when I seen this guy, I was like, wait a second, is that the big one? And then I got up there and realized it was a little smaller. So I wish I would have found his other side, but I searched and searched and couldn't find it. But, so there was originally 5 bucks that I wanted to come up here and find their sheds of, and this was one of them. The other 4 I didn't end up finding them, obviously. So either the farmer picked them up or the neighbors got them, or they're still out there somewhere. Might find them next year, who knows? But yeah, I'm happy with this guy. At least I found one of them. I can't wait to see what he turns into this year. But that's it, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.